If you're an Android lover, then you know for a fact that one of the biggest up-and-coming players in the smartphone market is OnePlus. Now, following the success of the OnePlus One last year in 2014, OnePlus is now determined to attack the market again with another flagship killer. And today, I have with me the OnePlus 2, and we're going to unbox this for you right now, so check it out. Okay, so this is the OnePlus 2, and compared to the OnePlus One before, the packaging is a little bit bulkier, but it's also more compact. So you're gonna get these things shipped to you, and it should be staying intact. Now, right away, the phone and the cardboard box is pretty much exactly the same size, and of course I like that. If you can be efficient in your packaging, that's of course always good. You're gonna get your instruction manual here, and that comes in all different types of languages. And of course, it says never settle. But compared to last year, you're gonna get a new different type of cable now. And this is what OnePlus is calling the USB-C, and it's going to be the new trend coming for many smartphones, especially later on this year and heading into next year as well. But the one great thing about the USB-C is that it's reversible port. So no matter where you plug it in whichever way, it's going to be able to fit into your smartphone, and you're going to be able to charge even without looking at the cable. So that's pretty neat. Of course, there's also a external plug, but other than that, there's not much else included. Be aware of the fact that you're not getting a pair of headphones here, and so what I suggest to you is to pick up probably a $10 to $15 headphone from GearBest, and you should be able to do just fine. Now, right away from this OnePlus 2, the difference between this and the previous version is that on the exterior you get a metal backing, okay, or a metal edge actually. And you're still going to get that familiar sandstone back on here, which is very familiar if you handle the OnePlus One before. And so they keep everything quite familiar, but they give you that premium quality feel on the little metal edge. The main difference between the OnePlus One and the OnePlus 2 is that you now have a fingerprint scanner on the front. Now the fingerprint can only use for unlocking the phone at this moment. But with software updates in the future, we hope that the fingerprint can be included in different ways to interact with a phone, especially if you need to do some quick access or some other neat features. I think the OnePlus team is already thinking about doing that. So the unlocking on this device is quick and easy. You put it on here and it unlocks in about 1 second, which is faster than, well, what OnePlus is calling faster than the iPhone 6 Plus. Okay? Now sometimes you don't get that fingerprint unlocked right away, and one of the probably the nitpicks I want to talk about this phone is that you don't get a screen telling you that, hey, it doesn't read your fingerprint. But when it does, it's quick and easy. Another main feature on this device compared to the previous version, and actually compared to any other smartphone out there, is that you get this toggle here. Now this toggle is quite similar to what you find on the iPhone, but there's 3 types of settings on here. And this type of setting will turn off your notifications or turn on your notifications, or if you set it into the middle, you get a priority setting which allows you to pick what notifications are important to you. So you have a lot of ways to customize, which is one of the reasons why tons of users enjoy OnePlus and OnePlus phones. Heading into the customization on this device, you're of course going to be running on Android 5.1. And on Android 5.1, you're going to have material design, so it's a very stock Android feel to this phone. And if you handle anything in the previous year from Android, it's a quite familiar experience, and I think that's a plus to me. Okay, so you're gonna get the lollipop, and of course you're gonna have the buttery smoothness because this is packing 4 gigabytes of RAM. Right, so this is probably one of the first phones to be packing 4 gigabytes of RAM, and running at 64 megabytes of onboard storage. But you do not have an onboard memory card, so be aware of that. However, the back on this device can be removed at a much easier compared to the OnePlus One. Now, removing the back will give you access to the micro SIM card here. And this is a dual SIM device, so that allows you to have 2 carriers on here. And you want to check out on our website to see if your carrier is able to have the necessary bands to run on this device. But you do get 2 dual 4G networks if you do have the right operators. But of course, you see here that you do not have access to the battery. The battery is encased behind this plastic backing, and that is to protect the heat and also protect the internals, and which is one of the reasons why they're able to slim it down to, I would say probably one of the slimmest phones I've handled because of the way that the back is curved. I don't want to talk too much about the software on this device because if you run Android before, you're going to get a very stock feel to it. But what I wanted to highlight is that the camera on here is absolutely magnificent. Now, you're going to get about a 12 megapixel camera, which is on the back, but on the front, you get a 5 megapixel selfie camera, which is wide angle. And I'm going to show you some of the sample pictures I've taken with the front camera and also the back camera, just to give you an idea of what you can do on here. But the camera does come with a couple neat features. One is the optical image stabilization, which allows you to get much better image quality when you're taking pictures at night. And that's of course inside the camera lens. But what you're also getting is the laser autofocus, which gives you snap quick focusing when you're taking pictures outside with a ton of moving objects. It's able to track and just focus right away. And that of course is located down here. Of course, you're also going to get the industry standard LED flash, and that, of course, be aware of the picture quality when using flash on any smartphone. It's going to affect it some. So I hope you take a quick look at the pictures I've taken, which will give you a better idea if this phone and this camera is right for you. But as for me, OnePlus is one of my favorite phones, and actually the OnePlus One is personally the phone that I use, and I'm looking forward to upgrading myself to the new OnePlus 2. So be sure to check back with us because I'm going to dig more into this phone coming up in a couple more reviews, and follow our social media sites on Twitter, on Reddit, and on Pinterest and on Facebook to stay ahead of the news and know when we get stock on the OnePlus 2, because you can bet for sure that we're going to run out as soon as I post this video and as soon as we open up the stock to everyone. So thanks for watching, and join us back next time.